Hello, hello, family, friends. What's up? What's good? Sending love to you on this auspicious day. I'm feeling really good today, charged up, and I just wanted to share some excitement that I'm feeling around the new structure that I'm implementing in Brothers of the Ever Innocent Heart, the brotherhood, the men's group that I founded about 8 months ago. This group is a beautiful, beautiful space for men to show up in a real, raw, vulnerable way, share from the heart and listen from the heart in deep vulnerability with brothers and hold one another in unconditional love. And simply through that act of sharing with raw, radical honesty from the heart, week in, week out, and being held in unconditional love by brothers who have your back, um, a lot moves, a lot shifts. That alone is very, very powerful, is very, very healing. The process of leaning into that, especially when you show up for it consistently, you just go deeper and deeper as you gain trust and intimacy with the space, with the group of men. Layers peel back, and you're just able to share from a deeper and deeper place and bring love to deeper and deeper parts of you that are revealed through this process, parts that you may have rejected or that may have been suppressed. So, this work is fundamentally, profoundly healing. It's deep healing work. However, at a certain point, you have to ask in men's work and in any healing work, what is all the healing for? What is the healing for? And of course, it's intrinsically valuable to heal. It's intrinsically valuable to return to a place of deeper felt wholeness, a place of deeper felt self love, and a sense of embracing all aspects of yourself and bringing all aspects of yourself into a sense of harmony and a sense of felt completion. So there's that aspect in which healing is intrinsically valuable, but also, in my view, at a certain point on the journey toward mature masculinity, the man who's been engaging in deep healing work comes to the realization that he's been healing so that he can also complete the cycle by giving back. He's been healing and realizing all that he's received from the world. He's receiving this opportunity to heal. He's received so much from life. The healing work is ultimately so that he can return to this place of felt wholeness within himself and then give back from that place of wholeness, create from that place of wholeness, lead from that place of wholeness, step up and hold space from that place of wholeness, build things in the world, penetrate the world with his solar energy in ways that uplift the whole. So, one thing I'm implementing to bring forth more of that leadership and warrior and creator aspect within the brotherhood is something called 4-month initiatory commitments, which the meaning of that is that every 4 months, men have an opportunity to make a 4-month commitment to themselves and to their brothers and to say, this is what I'm going to do in the next 4 months. And it's encouraged for this to be something active, something creative or generative, or something that involves stepping up to lead in some way, or to hold space in some way, or to build something in some way, to bring forth one's gifts in the world in some way. It's recommended to choose something that has a clear deliverable, something that is clearly measurable, something you can clearly say, yes, I completed it. And if you didn't complete it, the men are asked to choose a consequence, an accountability consequence that they will undertake if they don't complete the commitment. And it's recommended for this to be something that will actually sting in some sense, to act as a powerful incentive. So, for example, maybe a man says, I'm going to finish and release this album in the next 4 months. If I don't do that, I will record myself doing 500 push-ups over the course of 5 days, and I will send those videos to the group. Or I will record myself jumping into a frozen lake 5 days in a row. Or I will pay every brother in the group $50, or something of this nature. Um, so yeah, I feel really good about this. I feel this is really powerful. I'm also making it something flexible, which I like too, where I'm encouraging the men to lean into it to the extent that they feel called. If a man feels like he's really deeply in his healing process and he's not in a place of wanting to step into sharing his gifts with the world at a certain at his current stage, then he can choose to make the commitment something more passive or focused on healing, such as um, meditating a certain amount of time every week, for example, or cutting out booze or porn or something for 4 months. Or if a man truly doesn't feel called, he can pass on this challenge, on this commitment, and he can just focus on showing up for the live sessions within the brotherhood, which in themselves are the foundational pillar and are extremely powerful in and of themselves. So, yeah, for me, I feel this really creates a more well rounded um, men's container that allows men to tap deeply into this dimension of healing and then deeply into this dimension of self actualization, bringing forth from a place of wholeness one's gifts and sharing those gifts from that place of wholeness that one is increasingly reaching through the healing work. So that to me feels really good, feels really potent. Another aspect that I'm excited about is that starting in May, each month in the Brotherhood is going to have an archetypal theme. So each month will have a theme that is an archetype that is relevant to mature masculinity, to the journey toward mature masculinity. Um, if you're not aware, archetypes are like these recurring symbols that occur in stories and mythologies and essentially function as like the deep causal level blueprints within the psyche, and perhaps even on deeper metaphysical levels, these are sort of like the causal archetypal blueprints for many dimensions and roles and aspects of the human experience. So for example, May is going to be the inner child. We're going to start with the inner child. May is going to have a deep focus on the inner child. Men are going to have the opportunity to do deep sharings around their relationship with their parents, among other things. Probably the next month after that will be the warrior archetype. And so the warrior archetype is really about determination and single pointedness and getting it done and kind of being on a mission and taking care of business and discipline and devotion to the mission and just doing what needs to be done. So this is obviously an invaluable capacity for men to cultivate. And oftentimes I've found that men on the spiritual path become imbalanced toward being kind of passive and more in their feminine side. So activating the warrior is profoundly valuable for that type of man. And yeah, this is going to keep going month after month. I already have a list of approximately 15 or so archetypes that I would like us to explore over the next months. More may come to mind. We'll see how things unfold. Going to start with the next few months and iterate and calibrate from there as always. But we'll, yeah, very likely be diving into the king, the lover, the creator, the beast or the wild man. Yeah, many different aspects of masculinity, aspects of the human being. And archetypes are really beautiful because they provide such powerful mirrors that can really show us dimensions of ourselves that we may have neglected or that may be undernourished or under cultivated. And we can ask ourselves, these individual months will give us a really powerful structure in which to look at different aspects of ourselves and ask, what have I been neglecting here? What are my shadows with respect to this archetype? In what ways am I embodying some of the shadows of this archetype rather than embodying the archetype in its most mature form, in its fullness, in its wholeness? So that aspect will be really, really powerful as well. And just asking, how can I integrate this dimension of myself reflected by this archetype in a healthier way, in harmony with the rest of me, for the upliftment of the whole, which includes myself and my family and all my relations. So yeah, those are the two big aspects that I'm excited to be implementing in the structure: the 4-month commitments and the monthly archetypal themes. And I really feel that in tandem with the most core essence of the brotherhood, which is men showing up raw, real, vulnerable, sharing from the depths of their heart what is true in their current experience, what is real, what is moving, what is difficult, what they're celebrating, just what's real behind the masks that we put on day to day. It's just so powerful when men come together and do that. And I think the combination of that essence with these additional structural elements that I'm now bringing in is really going to take everything to the next level within the brotherhood, and is representative of a natural and holistic evolution toward an even more powerful container for men that can really allow men a space to do deep healing work and also deep evolutionary self-actualizing work of stepping into their power, stepping into their healthy masculine power, heart-centered power, and bringing that forth in the world in a single-pointed, penetrative, effective way to give their gifts and to be what they truly are, to be what they came here to be. So I'm stoked on that. Thank you for listening. Men, if you're watching this, you know who you are. I'm calling you forward, brother. Give me a shout. There's a few spaces left in the brotherhood right now. We've got 2 different weekly circles going. So when you join, you're asked to choose one of those circles, either the Sunday circle or the Tuesday circle. Both of them meet at 5 p.m. Central European time, which is 10 a.m. US Central time on Sundays or Tuesdays. So you choose one of those. And the foundational commitment is to come to as many of those weekly sessions as you can. And yeah, there's a few spaces available in each circle. This work is really, really powerful. I've been diving into it more and more over the past 3 years, and it just keeps getting more powerful. So if you're listening, if you're hearing this, if you feel a spark, if you feel a deep inner knowing somewhere within you that says, yeah, this is something that I would really benefit from, then I encourage you to click the link in the description and apply for this. I'm happy to jump on a call with you and just have a real heart-to-heart conversation to find out if this is the right fit for you. So thank you for watching. Much love. Please click the subscribe and like button. If you appreciated this video, if you appreciate the work that I do, I would appreciate that. And yeah, much, much love. Take good care. Peace, family.